Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Plugable Thunderbolt 3 and USB-C 14-in-1 docking station. This retails for $270 US, and I will include a link in the description for those of you interested in picking one up. And in full disclosure, this was sent over by the manufacturer for review purposes. With that out of the way, let's talk about what makes this unique. First and foremost, we've got 96 watt power delivery, which is above average. We also have some great I/O when it comes to video out, 2 HDMI ports, 2 display ports, and that's of course in addition to Thunderbolt 3 out as a video option. We still top out at 2 4K outputs at once like any Thunderbolt 3 dock, but still a lot of flexibility, so you really don't have to worry about what you have at home. This dock should have you covered. Also, I like that it's capable of being positioned in vertical or horizontal orientation. Another thing, just a testament to its flexibility. Remember, this is the TB3 UDZ. I point that out because this looks just like the previous generation pluggable Thunderbolt 3 dock, but is significantly different. Let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. A little thank you from Plugable. By the way, I can already tell before getting it out of the box that this is fairly solid, well made, and that's because it is heavy. You can tell as soon as the box is delivered. So there is the dock itself. Let's pop it out and put that right there. Set aside some packaging. We have some paperwork from Plugable. Cute little dog, or I'm not sure what that is. And the power brick is 170 watts. Light on, boy, do I remember them from back in the day. And this did launch at the end of 2012, somewhere in that final quarter. So still fairly new here in 2021. This is the stand, which is also made of metal and weighted, and again, everything here really solid and at least feels really well made. The Thunderbolt 3 cable that's included, for those of you wondering how long it is, I believe it's 80 centimeters. It is here on the box, so a little over 2.5 feet. And you know, this is really all about flexibility. As I've said, if you're looking for a dock that has it all, this might be the one for you. The one thing it does not have are an overabundance of Thunderbolt 3 ports. So if you're looking for something like that, there are other options on the market, but for many users, that is still not their primary concern. But it's something I do have to point out because a lot of new docks, same generation as this one, do tend to really flaunt the Thunderbolt ports being the new option on the latest gen. But I think this is pretty impressive. So again, recapping. We have 2 card readers, a dedicated micro and full-size SD card. We have a Type-C port on the front. We have, of course, a Type-A USB port for charging capability. You can see they both have the same throughput. And then a audio jack, that is a combo jack. A little LED to let you know that everything is functioning. And then as we come around to the back, that's where the action happens. You can see we have a total of 5 USB ports. Those are Type A, Ethernet, and then as I was mentioning, this is where things get interesting because this basically makes it so that whether you have matching monitors that only have HDMI in or DisplayPort in, you're not going to be in any sort of pickle. This has every base covered, and that includes, of course, Thunderbolt connectivity as well. And then last but not least, the power port for that 170 watt brick over here, and a Kensington lock. So all metal construction, heat sink right here to dissipate, some Plugable branding, and of course Thunderbolt branding, because this is still proprietary. You do still have to be a partner with Intel. Let's go ahead and drop this in the dock. So this is what it will look like in the vertical orientation. You know, depending on how you want to set it up, this may be the most ideal for space-saving overall form. And then if you're like me, you might be more apt to have it in the horizontal. So it's really a matter of personal preference. But again, I like that you have this flexibility. I've covered a lot of Thunderbolt 3 docks, but again, this one is unique because it just, when it comes to the video output selection, I mean, that is something that for a lot of users is ultimately the most important thing. So if you're wondering what the difference is between Thunderbolt 3 and 4, remember Thunderbolt 3 has the same exact throughput. The difference is 8K video. So we cannot drive 8K video with this, but if you want to connect this and have two 4K displays, you can easily do that, and you can mix and match. It does not have to be two HDMI or two DisplayPort, and that is the beauty of this unit. So really, this reminds me of older docks that tried to stuff everything into a single hub, but just now are long in the tooth. They are dated, and they certainly do not have basically 100-watt power delivery. So if you have a Mac or, of course, a PC, a lot of the Ultrabooks I cover have 65-watt chargers. This should charge up your machine faster than average. That's something I will put to the test, and I'll likely end up comparing this to, again, the wide array of different Thunderbolt 3 and 4 docks that I have in-house, and that includes Kensington, which I think makes some of the best docks. I'm a big fan of their Thunderbolt 4 premium hub, and that has a lot of Type-C ports, and that's a good example of a dock that's specific for some users, that is great for those people that are looking for more Thunderbolt docks, but is terrible for users that need the more traditional utility that this dock provides. I've covered HP, I've covered Sabrent. You know, the price points vary widely. I think that this one right now is pretty much right in the average range for top tier Thunderbolt 3 and 4 docks. And again, the 14-in-1 capability make it attractive. And I can see this being, you know, one of the better options if everything works as I expect it to, especially since it has been on the market for a while and things should be firmed up. If there were any issues at launch, like most products have, Plugable has had time to address any driver issues, but I doubt there are even were issues because, again, Thunderbolt 3 spec is Thunderbolt 3 spec. You can't really mix that up or get it wrong. Doesn't mean anything is perfect, nothing is. But as I keep mentioning, this just has everything under the sun, and I think that's what makes it a good fit for a wide variety of users. If you know you need specific ports that aren't here, like the only thing that I've mentioned, which is more Thunderbolt ports, then you need a hub that has more of those. Look, Anker makes dedicated Thunderbolt 4 mini hubs, which I've covered. I don't really find them highly useful. I like where that's going, but I still think this sort of setup and what Kensington has going are the most useful in real world environments for creative professionals and just anyone who wants to be able to seamlessly connect their laptop of choice to an at-home workstation or at-office workstation. These are especially, I think, important and have been to me through the pandemic and still are. So any questions or comments, please post them. Feel free to subscribe as usual. And of course, I will be following up with a full review on this dock. And that's pretty much it. Hit that like button. And that's all, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Please stay safe and keep your eyes tuned for the next video. Later.